Strap in, folks. I know that you're going to be shocked to hear, but there's more corruption in the world of Donald Trump. I know recently you guys heard that Donald Trump was threatening to block the opening of a bridge between Canada and the United States. He gave you a bunch of propaganda and lies as to why he was threatening to block this bridge. Even going so far as to say that the Chinese were going to take over Canada and cancel the Stanley Cup. Turns out it's all just bullshit. It was all corruption. Who could have guessed?
So remember on Monday when Donald Trump randomly started threatening to block the opening of the Gordie Howe Bridge, that massive bridge that connects Michigan to Canada? Yeah, well, it turns out that that wasn't random at all. It's actually a textbook example of corruption and crony capitalism. Because here's what really happened. According to a brand new report from the New York Times, just hours before Trump went on his rant on Truth Social, his Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, you know, the guy who admitted today to going to Epstein Island, had a private meeting in Washington. And the guy he met with, a Detroit billionaire named Matthew Maroun. Maroun's family owns the Ambassador Bridge, which has made them hundreds of millions of dollars over the years. And they've spent decades trying to block any new bridge that would compete with theirs, including the Gordie Howe International Bridge. You seeing what's happening here? So within about an hour after that meeting, Lutnick gets on the phone with Trump. And shortly after that, Trump suddenly explodes on social media, threatening to block the Gordie Howe Bridge from opening. He claimed that it's because Canada is, quote, treating the U.S. unfairly. He threw out a bunch of vague grievances, whine, but the timing of all this tells the real story. The Gordie Howe Bridge is a public project. Canada paid for it, and Michigan will own 50% of it. It's designed to ease congestion on the busiest trade corridor between the U.S. and Canada, which does over $300 million in trade every single day. So in other words, it helps workers, truckers, and the regional economy, but it hurts one billionaire's toll profits. So who do you think Trump sided with here? Trump even floated the idea that the U.S. should take over part of the bridge and grab a cut of the tolls, which is wild because in his first term, Trump actually praised the same bridge as a symbol of U.S.-Canada cooperation. So Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney was talking about this today, and he said that the bridge is a perfect example of cooperation between the two countries, and he said, well, that the bridge should open as planned. And so, no, this wasn't Trump putting America first. This was Trump putting a connected billionaire first, right after his Commerce Secretary took a meeting. And this is exactly how Trump manipulates his own base to try to get them to go along with something that actually screws over the American people, all to enrich his billionaire friends. For more updates, listen to the Midas Touch podcast.
And the average working class American out there with his or her red hat on, and the Trump lawn sign still in the front yard, won't see it. They'll just believe whatever the hell he spouts off on Truth Social.